The train is packed. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Everyone's going somewhere. Home, family, warmth, everyone except me. I work as a financial analyst in Manhattan. I've lived here for 3 years, and this will be my first Thanksgiving alone. My parents are in Nevada. My sister is in London. They all invited me. Come home, Scott. Don't be alone. But flights were expensive. Time off was complicated. Work had deadlines. Excuses. All excuses. The truth? I'm tired, burnt out, and the idea of forcing cheerfulness for 4 days sounded exhausting. So I said no to everyone. And now I'm on the 6 train, heading home to my empty apartment, where I'll spend tomorrow eating takeout and avoiding everyone's Happy Thanksgiving texts. I stare out the window at the darkness of the tunnel. My reflection stares back, tired, hollow. 30 years old, and I can barely recognize myself anymore. When did I become this person, this ghost going through the motions? I used to care about things, used to have passions, dreams. I wanted to write, to travel, to make a difference somehow. Now I analyze spreadsheets, attend meetings where nothing gets decided. Go home to an apartment that feels more like a storage unit for a life I'm not actually living. What am I even doing with my life? The thought comes unbidden, unwelcome, but undeniable. I have a good job, a nice apartment, savings, everything I'm supposed to want, but I feel nothing, just numb, going through motions, existing but not living. The train lurches, someone sits next to me. I don't look up. New York etiquette. You don't make eye contact. You don't engage. But then a voice, quiet, calm. You should volunteer at the shelter. I freeze. Slowly I turn my head. An older man, maybe 65, 70. Gray hair, kind eyes that seem to see right through me. Wearing a simple coat, navy blue, slightly worn at the cuffs. Nothing remarkable, except he just said exactly what I was thinking. Not exactly what I was thinking, but the answer to what I was thinking. What? My voice comes out rougher than intended. The shelter. He says it like it's obvious, like we're mid-conversation. Haven House, on Amsterdam and 103rd. They need volunteers for Thanksgiving. I stare at him. I wasn't asking for... I know. He smiles. Small, knowing. The kind of smile that makes you feel like everything might actually be okay. But you were wondering what to do tomorrow, and that's what you should do. My skin prickles. How did you... They serve dinner at 2 p.m. You should get there around 11. Help with prep. He says it with such certainty, like he knows exactly what I need to hear. I don't understand. Do I know you? He doesn't answer, just looks at me with those calm, impossibly kind eyes. Haven House, he repeats. Amsterdam and 103rd. Tell them Thomas sent you. The train slows. Next stop. He stands. Wait, I start to say, but he's already walking toward the doors. They always need volunteers, he says over his shoulder. The doors open. He steps out. I lean forward, trying to see where he goes, but the platform is crowded and he's gone. Just gone. I sit back, heart pounding. What the heck just happened? Have you ever met someone who said exactly what you needed to hear at exactly the right moment? Have you ever followed mysterious advice that changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories about unexpected encounters, Thanksgiving miracles, and finding purpose, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next story. I don't sleep well that night. I keep replaying the conversation, if you can even call it that. How did he know I was wondering about Thanksgiving? I wasn't talking out loud. I'm sure I wasn't. And how did he know I'd be alone? By morning, I've convinced myself it was coincidence. A weird, unsettling coincidence. The man probably volunteers there. Probably asks everyone on the train who looks lost. I just happen to fit the profile. That's it. That's all. I make coffee, sit on my couch, stare at my phone, messages from my family. Happy Thanksgiving. Miss you. Call us later. I should call them. I will call them. Later. I open my laptop, think about working. I have reports I could finish, models to update, numbers to crunch, but I can't focus. Haven House, Amsterdam and 103rd. I Google it. It's real. A family shelter. Run by a non-profit, serves hot meals daily. Thanksgiving dinner served at 2 p.m. Volunteers always welcome. I read the mission statement. Providing shelter, dignity, and hope to families in transition. There are photos, kids smiling, adults eating together, volunteers serving food. I close the laptop. I'm not going. That's ridiculous. I don't volunteer. I don't do charity work. Not because I'm a bad person. I donate money. I'm not a hands-on person. But the apartment is so quiet. The silence presses against my ears. The walls feel like they're closing in, and the idea of sitting here all day alone, eating Chinese takeout and pretending I'm fine. I check the time. 10:17 a.m. Get there around 11, he'd said. I could go, just for a few hours, help out, then leave. It's better than sitting here drowning in my own thoughts. Before I can talk myself out of it, I'm putting on my coat. Haven House is a 3-story brick building wedged between a laundromat and a bodega. The sign out front is faded but clean. Haven House, Shelter and Community Center. I stand on the sidewalk, hands in pockets, second-guessing everything. This is stupid. I don't belong here. What am I going to do? I don't know anything about volunteering, but I came all this way. And something about the man on the train. I can't shake the feeling that I'm supposed to be here. I push open the door. Inside, chaos. But good chaos. Productive chaos. People everywhere. Some staff in matching navy t-shirts with Haven House printed on them. Some volunteers in street clothes. Some residents, I assume. Families with kids, individuals, elderly people. Kids running around laughing, adults talking, some helping set up tables. The smell of food, turkey, stuffing, something sweet baking. It smells like Thanksgiving. A woman appears in front of me. 50s, short gray hair, tired eyes, but a warm smile that reaches all the way to her eyes. Hi, are you here to volunteer? Yes? Maybe. She laughs. A real laugh. I'll take maybe. I'm Donna. I run this place. You are? Scott. Nice to meet you, Scott. Ever volunteered before? No, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. That's honest. I like it. She puts a hand on my shoulder. Grounding. Don't worry. We'll figure it out together. Can you chop vegetables? Yes? Perfect. Kitchen's through there. Ask for Audrey. She'll get you set up. She squeezes my shoulder. And Scott, thank you for coming. It means more than you know. I don't know what to say to that, so I just nod, and just like that, I'm being swept into the chaos. The kitchen is industrial. Big, loud, steam rising from pots, timers beeping, people moving with purpose. 5 or 6 people working, some chopping, some stirring, some checking ovens. A woman at the counter looks up. Early 30s, dark hair pulled back in a practical ponytail, flour on her cheek, sharp, intelligent eyes that assess me in 2 seconds. You're new. Yeah, Donna said to ask for Audrey. That's me. You know how to use a knife? I can manage. Good, because we have about 40 pounds of vegetables that need prepping and not enough hands. She slides a cutting board toward me. A pile of carrots. A very sharp knife. Dice these. Small, uniform, for the stuffing. Okay. And try not to cut yourself. We're short on Band-Aids and long on things to do. She says it deadpan. I can't tell if she's joking. I start chopping. Around me the kitchen hums, volunteers and staff working together. A teenage girl peeling potatoes. An elderly man stirring a massive pot of what looks like gravy. A middle-aged couple working side by side on green beans. Everyone has a task. Everyone knows what they're doing, except me. But no one seems to care. They just work. There's a rhythm to it, a flow. I focus on the carrots, trying to make them uniform like Audrey said. My cuts aren't perfect, but they're decent. After 10 minutes, Audrey checks my cutting board, nods once. Not bad, you actually can cook. I can follow directions. Same thing. She dumps the carrots into a massive metal bowl, hands me celery, an entire grocery bag full. Keep going. Same size. I keep going. We work in silence for a while, but it's not uncomfortable. Just focused. The sounds of the kitchen fill the space, knives on cutting boards, water running, timers beeping, people calling out to each other. How long on the turkey? Stuffing's ready for the oven. Can someone grab more butter from the walk-in? It's organized chaos, but it works. So, Audrey says eventually, not looking up from the onions she's dicing. What brings you here? Thanksgiving guilt? Court-ordered community service? I almost laugh. A guy on the train told me to come. She raises an eyebrow. Looks at me. A guy on a train told you to volunteer at a homeless shelter and you just showed up? When you say it like that, it sounds weird. It is weird. He was persuasive. Uh-huh. She's smiling now. Just a little. The first real warmth I've seen from her. Well, I'm glad mysterious train guy sent you. We need the help. Thanksgiving is our biggest day. We serve over 100 people. That's a lot. It is. She wipes her forehead with the back of her hand, leaving a streak of flour. Do you do this every Thanksgiving? I ask. Every Thanksgiving. Every Tuesday and Thursday, too. And some Saturdays when I can. That's a lot of time. I'm a social worker. This is part of my job. But also, she pauses, looks around the kitchen, at the people working. It matters, you know? You really believe that? That it makes a difference? She stops what she's doing, looks at me, really looks. You don't? I don't know. There are so many people who need help, so many problems. What's one meal going to do? They'll just be hungry again tomorrow. Maybe. She goes back to her onions. But today they won't be hungry. Today they'll have a hot meal. Sit at a table with other people. Feel like they belong somewhere. Feel seen. She's quiet for a moment. That's not nothing, Scott. The way she says my name makes something in my chest tighten. When I started this work, she continues, I thought the same thing. That it wasn't enough. That I should be doing something bigger. Systemic change. Policy reform. Real impact. What changed? I met a woman named Patty. She'd been on the streets for 6 months. Came in one Tuesday for dinner. Sat alone. Wouldn't talk to anyone. But she came back the next week. And the next. Eventually, she started talking. Told me her story. Lost her job. Then her apartment. Then her hope. Audrey wipes her hands on a towel. I helped her apply for housing assistance. Got her connected with job training. 6 months later, she had an apartment. A job. Started volunteering here herself. She looks at me. Did I change the system? No. But I changed one person's life. And that person changed someone else's. Ripple effects, you know? I don't know what to say to that, so I just keep chopping celery. By 1, the prep is done. My hands smell like onions and garlic. My back aches from standing. But there's something satisfying about seeing all the food ready. Massive trays of stuffing, pots of mashed potatoes, green beans, cranberry sauce, and 3 beautiful golden brown turkeys cooling on the counter. Donna gathers everyone in the dining area. The room has been transformed, long tables set up with white tablecloths, real plates, real silverware, not plastic, not disposable. We treat them with dignity, Audrey says quietly next to me. Real dishes, cloth napkins, makes them feel like guests, not charity cases. There were maybe 30 residents already seated. Kids bouncing in their chairs, adults sitting quietly, waiting, some looking nervous, some looking tired, all looking grateful to be here. "Okay, folks," Donna's voice cuts through the noise. "Welcome to our Thanksgiving dinner. We've got turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, rolls, cranberry sauce, and pie. Lots of pie." A few people cheer. A little boy shouts, "I want pie now." "After dinner, Trevor," a young woman says. She can't be more than 25. Two small kids hanging on her, Trevor and a younger boy. She looks exhausted, but she's smiling at her kids. Donna continues. "Volunteers, we're serving buffet style. Residents come through the line. You dish up what they ask for. Be generous. Everyone gets seconds if they want. Thirds if there's enough." She pauses, looks around at all of us. "And please, please treat everyone with respect and dignity. They're not here for pity. They're not here for you to feel good about yourselves. They're here for a meal, for community, for a moment of peace. Got it?" Everyone nods. "Good." Her voice softens. "Let's make this the best Thanksgiving they've had. Heck, let's make it the best Thanksgiving we've had." The line forms quickly. I'm stationed at the mashed potatoes. Big serving spoon. Generous portions. Just like Donna said, the first person in line is an older man. Maybe 70. Worn military jacket with patches, weathered face. Hands that shake slightly as he holds out his plate. "Mashed potatoes, sir?" He looks up at me, surprised. "Sir, would you like mashed potatoes?" "Yes, please." His voice is rough. Unused to being called sir. I scoop. A big serving. Add a pat of butter on top. He stares at the butter. "You don't have to do that." "I want to." He nods. Once, sharp, military. And I see his eyes get wet before he moves on. The line continues. Men, women, kids, families, individuals. A woman in her 40s. Clean but worn clothes. She meets my eyes. "Thank you for doing this." "Of course." "No, really, you don't know what it means, to be treated like a person." I don't know what to say, so I just give her extra potatoes. The line continues. A young couple, early 20s. The girl pregnant. Very pregnant. 8 months maybe. They hold hands. "Happy Thanksgiving," the boy says, trying to sound cheerful. "Happy Thanksgiving," I reply. Load both their plates, 3 kids in a row, maybe 8, 6, and 4. Their mom trailing behind with a baby on her hip. "Can I have a lot of potatoes?" The middle one whispers, big brown eyes, pink jacket. "You can have as much as you want." I pile her plate high. She grins. "Thank you." Her mom, the tired woman with the baby, gives me a small, grateful smile. "Thank you." Of course. They move on, and I realize I'm not uncomfortable anymore. Somewhere between the first person and the 30th, the awkwardness fell away. These aren't homeless people or charity cases. They're just people. Having a hard time, needing help, like anyone might. Like I might, if circumstances were different. The thought is humbling. By 2:30, everyone's been served. The dining room is full. Every seat taken. The sound of silverware on plates. Conversations. Laughter. Real laughter. I watch a little girl show her mom a drawing she made. The mom hugs her, eyes shining. I watch an elderly couple holding hands across the table. They've probably been married for 50 years, and they're eating Thanksgiving dinner in a shelter, but they're together. I watch a man in a suit, yes, a suit, eating carefully. He looks like he could be a banker, a lawyer, someone with a real job, and maybe he was once, before whatever happened. It's a reminder, this could be anyone, is anyone. The volunteers eat last. I sit at a corner table with Audrey and 2 other volunteers, a college student named Danny and a retired teacher named Joyce. The room is full, loud, people eating, talking, connecting. A man at the next table, mid-30s, clean-shaven, holding a little girl on his lap, catches my eye. "First time volunteering?" he asks. "That obvious?" "You've got the look, deer in headlights, like you're not sure if you're supposed to be here." I laugh. "Yeah, that sounds right." "I'm Jason. This is my daughter, Beth." Beth waves shyly. "Hi." "Scott. Nice to meet you both." "You staying here?" Audrey asks gently. She already knows, but she's giving him the choice to share. Jason nods. 3 weeks now. Lost my job in September. Tech layoffs. Couldn't find anything fast enough. Missed rent, got evicted. He says it matter-of-factly, but I can hear the shame underneath. "It's temporary. I'm working on it." "You will," Audrey says. Not pity, just confidence. "I've seen you applying. You're going to land something." "I hope so." He looks down at Beth. She's eating mashed potatoes with her hands, happy. I have to. For her. "Her mom?" I ask. Then immediately regret it. "Sorry, that's gone," Jason says simply. "Left when I lost the job. Said she didn't sign up for this." He shrugs. "So it's just us now." Beth looks up at him. Jason's face crumbles for just a second. Then he smiles, kisses the top of her head, and I realize he's not broken. He's not pathetic. He's not a failure. He's just a dad. In a hard spot. Doing his best. Loving his daughter. Fighting to get back on his feet. Like anyone would. Like I would hope I'd do if I were in his position. The shame I heard in his voice. It shouldn't be there. He didn't do anything wrong. The system failed him. Life failed him. But he's still here. Still trying. "What do you do?" Jason asks me. "Financial analyst." "Oh, that's good. Stable." "Yeah." I pause. "But honestly, I hate it." Audrey looks at me, surprised. "I spend all day moving numbers around," I continue, "making rich people richer. I'm good at it. I make good money, but it doesn't mean anything, not really." "At least you have a job," Jason says, not bitter, just stating a fact. "You're right. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky." I look around the room, at all these people. I've been taking it for granted. All of it. Joyce, the retired teacher, speaks up. "That's what this place does. Makes you grateful for what you have. Makes you see what really matters." "What really matters?" I ask. "Community. Connection. Knowing you're not alone." She smiles. "I've been volunteering here for 10 years. Since my husband died, I was lost. Didn't know what to do with myself. This place saved me just as much as it saves the people who come here for help. After dinner, people linger. No one's in a rush to leave. Kids play in the corner. Someone donated toys, blocks, stuffed animals, coloring books. The kids play like kids everywhere. Shrieking, laughing, fighting over toys. Adults talk quietly. Some wash dishes. Some sit with coffee. Some just sit, enjoying not being alone. Someone brought a guitar. An older man, maybe 60, starts playing. Soft music fills the room. "Happy Thanksgiving to you! Happy Thanksgiving to you!" People start singing, laughing. Some kids dance. It's beautiful. I'm cleaning tables when Bobby, the older man in the military jacket, approaches. "You did good today, son." "I just scooped potatoes." "You did it with respect." He looks at me with eyes that have seen things, hard things. "You called me sir. You don't know what that meant. To be treated with dignity when you're living in a shelter. I'm sorry you're going through this." "Don't be. I'm still here." He sits down, gestures for me to sit too. "You want to know how I ended up here?" "Only if you want to tell me." "Vietnam vet. 3 tours. Came back. Different. They call it PTSD now. Back then they just called us broken." He stares at his hands. "Couldn't hold down a job, couldn't sleep, couldn't be around people. Lost my wife, lost my kids, lost everything. I'm sorry. I'm not telling you for pity. I'm telling you because this place," he gestures around, "this place saved my life. Donna, Audrey, the folks here. They don't see me as a problem. They see me as a person. His words hit me like a punch, and he walks away, leaving me sitting there, thinking. By 4 p.m., the cleanup is done. Residents drift off, some to their rooms upstairs, some back out onto the streets, to wherever they sleep. Under bridges, in cars, in parks, the volunteers gather their coats, say their goodbyes, promise to come back. Audrey finds me by the door. She's taken off her apron, hair down now. She looks tired, but good tired, satisfied, tired. So, will you be back? I don't know. That's honest. She smiles, not disappointed, just understanding. Well, if you do come back, we're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Dinner service. I'll think about it. Good. She hesitates. Then, you did good today, Scott, for a guy who didn't know what he was doing. Thanks, I think. She laughs, soft. I mean it. Some people come here, and you can tell they're doing it for themselves. To feel good. To check a box. You weren't like that. You actually cared. I didn't expect to, I admit. I came here because a stranger told me to. I didn't think it would affect me. But it did. Yeah, it did. She looks at me for a long moment, like she's deciding something. There's a coffee shop around the corner. You want to grab a cup? Decompress a bit? I'm surprised. Yeah, I'd like that. Good. She grabs her coat. Come on. The coffee shop is small, warm, almost empty at 4:30 on Thanksgiving. We order. Find a table by the window. So, Audrey says, wrapping her hands around her mug, tell me about mysterious train guy. I tell her. About being alone. About the man appearing. About him knowing exactly what I needed to hear. That's weird, she says. I know. But also kind of beautiful, I guess. You think you'll try to find him? I don't even know who he is. He said his name was Thomas, but that's it. Audrey goes still. Thomas? Yeah. Why? She stares at her coffee. There was a Thomas Gray. He founded Haven House 25 years ago. Is he still involved? He died 5 years ago. She looks up at me. House fire. He was living in the shelter. He always did. Said he wanted to be close to the people he served. Fire started in the middle of the night. He got 6 people out. Went back for a 7th. Didn't make it. My blood runs cold. What did he look like? I never met him. I started volunteering 3 years ago, but there are pictures. Can I see them? Tuesday. When we're back. She studies me. You think it was him? I don't know. That's impossible. Impossible things happen sometimes. She sips her coffee. Donna swears she still feels him there. Says sometimes she'll be alone in the kitchen and feel someone standing next to her. Or she'll find things organized in a specific way, his way. She thinks he's still watching over the place. Do you believe that? I don't know. But I believe there are things we can't explain. And I believe that people who give their whole lives to something, maybe they don't really leave. We sit in silence for a moment. So, what's your story? I ask. Why do you do this? My brother. She looks out the window. He struggled with addiction. Ended up homeless for a while. I was in grad school. Didn't know. Didn't notice. By the time I found out, he was, She stops. He died. Alone. In an alley. Audrey, I'm so sorry. I keep thinking if someone had seen him, not as an addict or a homeless person, but as a human being who needed help, maybe he'd still be here. She looks at me. So, that's why I do this. I see them. All of them. That's really beautiful. It's also selfish. It makes me feel better, like I'm making up for not being there for him. That's not selfish. That's love. She smiles, small, sad. Maybe. We talk for another hour. about our lives, our jobs, what brought us to New York, what keeps us here. By the time we leave, the sun is setting, the city is lit up, people walking past with shopping bags, couples holding hands, families laughing. Thanks for today, I say. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you Tuesday? You're coming back? Yeah, I think I am. She grins. Good. We need more people who actually care. I don't go straight home. I walk down Amsterdam, through the Upper West Side, watching people. The man selling flowers on the corner. Is he happy? Does he have family? The woman waiting for the bus. Where is she going? What's her story? The teenager on his phone. What's he worried about? Everyone has a story. Everyone is fighting battles I know nothing about. And I've been so wrapped up in my own emptiness that I stopped seeing other people as real. Today was not what I expected. I expected sadness, desperation, tragedy, and there was some of that. Of course there was. Jason losing everything but holding on to his daughter. Bobby living with demons from a war 40 years ago. Tara trying to keep her kids fed and safe. But there was also laughter, community, dignity, people helping each other, sharing what little they had, gratitude that felt real, not performative. And I realized something. I've been so focused on what I don't have, meaningful work, close friends, purpose, that I stopped seeing what I do have. A warm apartment, food whenever I want it, safety, options, choices, things that Jason and Beth and Bobby would give anything for. I pull out my phone, text my parents. Happy Thanksgiving. Sorry I didn't call earlier. I love you. I'll visit for Christmas, I promise. They respond immediately. Heart emojis. We love you too. Can't wait to see you. I smile. And for the first time in months, I don't feel empty. 3 weeks later, I'm on the train again. Tuesday evening, heading to Haven House. I've been back 6 times since Thanksgiving. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Just like Audrey said, I don't just scoop potatoes anymore. I help with prep. Set tables. Talk to residents. Learn names. Faces. Stories. Jason got a job. Part-time at a warehouse, but it's a start. He and Beth are moving into transitional housing next week. He cried when he told me. Happy tears. Tara, the young mom with Caleb and Trevor, got accepted into a job training program for medical assistants. She starts in January. I'm going to make something of myself, she told me. My kids are going to be proud of me. Bobby still struggles. Some days are harder than others, but he smiles often, talks more. He's applied to a veterans housing program, says he might have a chance. And Audrey? We've had coffee 4 times now. Last week we walked through Central Park, just walked and talked. For 3 hours. We're both broken in our own ways, but maybe broken people find each other, help each other heal. I think she might be the most interesting, genuine, beautiful person I've ever met. I'm thinking about all this, about Jason's new job, about Audrey's laugh, about how different my life feels now when I see him. The man from the train. Same seat, same coat, same calm, knowing expression. My heart stops. I move through the crowded car, past people texting, reading, staring into space. I sit next to him. It's you. He looks at me, smiles, like he expected me. Hello, Scott? You know my name. You told me 3 weeks ago. No, I didn't. We barely spoke. He doesn't argue, just looks at me with those impossibly kind eyes. Eyes I've been thinking about. Eyes I see sometimes when I'm at Haven House helping. How did you know? I ask. That day on the train. How did you know what I needed to hear? You looked lost. People who are lost need direction. But how did you know Haven House was the right direction? He doesn't answer directly, just, was it? Yes. Good. But I need to know, who are you? Have we met before? In a way. He stands. The train is slowing. How was your Thanksgiving? It was transforming. And now? Now I volunteer. Twice a week. I'm learning people's names, their stories. I'm helping. Not with money, with time, with presence, with seeing them. And Audrey? I freeze. How do you know about... She's special, don't let her go. I won't. I stand too. Who are you? Just someone who believes in second chances, in lost souls finding their way. He moves toward the doors. Keep showing up, Scott. That's all that matters. Wait, I follow him. Will I see you again? He looks back, and for just a moment I swear his eyes look different. Younger, older, something beyond human. Haven House always needs volunteers, Scott. He smiles. The doors open. He steps onto the platform. I follow, pushing through people, trying to keep him in sight. But the crowd is thick. Rush hour. Bodies everywhere. By the time I push through, he's gone. Vanished. Again. I stand there, breathing hard, staring at the empty platform. 6 months later. Spring, late afternoon, I'm on the 6 train again, heading to Haven House, like I do 3 times a week now. Audrey and I are officially together, not just coffee dates, real dates, movies, dinners, long walks, long talks about life and dreams and the future. Jason and Beth are in permanent housing now. He's full-time at the warehouse, saving money, planning for the future. Beth started kindergarten. She drew me a picture. I have it on my fridge. Tara graduated from her training program, got a job at a clinic. She's saving for her own apartment. I'm going to make it, she told me last week. Bobby moved into veterans housing, has a caseworker, goes to therapy. Still comes to Haven House for dinner on Tuesdays, says we're his family now. And me? I'm different. Not just happier. Deeper, more connected, more alive. All because a stranger on a train told me exactly what I needed to hear. Have you ever met someone who said exactly what you needed to hear at exactly the right moment? Have you ever followed advice that changed your life? Share your thoughts, your mysterious encounters, and your life-changing advice moments in the comments below. If this story about unexpected encounters, finding purpose, and Thanksgiving miracles moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the moments that change everything, second chances, and the mystery of human connection. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next one.